Hi again, Eric Francis, here with you, reporting in live from the Outdated Cafe in Kingston, New York. Here to talk to you today about two things. One of them is a background event that's going on now, that's been going on for a long time, mentioned it many times, no doubt you've heard of it. It is called the Uranus-Pluto square. And that is now in its last hurrah of an exact aspect. That's going to be on the 16th. This has been going on in exact form since June of 2012, but this thing has been warming up since, I would say, around 2008. It had a big peak in 2011 before the first exact aspect, and then there have been six exact events so far, and a seventh one that is happening on the 16th of March, which means right now, and I'm going to explain why right now is very important. Second, I want to talk about the coming up conjunction of Mercury and slow-moving planet Nessus, minor planet, the third of the Centaur planets, first being Chiron, second being Pholus, third is Nessus, a very helpful influence, one worth studying if you are curious about astrology. Okay, so let's start with the Uranus-Pluto square. I want to show you what that looks like, and I'm using my trusty paintbrush. I'll use the back though, so it's a little bit darker on the canvas, because the chart is your canvas and your mind is the paintbrush. This is how astrology works. It's not a thing like a credit card application that you sign where there's only one correct interpretation, usually where you lose. Astrology is an art form, and to go there it helps to be artistic, poetic, and we're going to try a little bit of that now. Okay, so the Uranus-Pluto square, I think I called it a square, right? This is Uranus. See this little blue critter here? And this is Pluto, this red critter here. And if you'll notice, Uranus has number 1501 on it, 15 degrees, 1 minute, and Pluto has 15 degrees and 13 minutes, a very close square. In addition, and that's the square, 90-degree aspect, cardinal sign to cardinal sign, Aries to Capricorn, and it's exact now. What makes this particular moment special, as mentioned a couple of days ago, Mars is in the picture. See that? Mars, fast mover. These two move slowly, Mars moves quickly. That makes action. That makes something happen. What that thing is that is happening is the thing that is happening. We don't know what it is. Maybe we do know what it is. Maybe you're feeling the sense of acceleration and movement around you. Maybe you are feeling excited. You might be feeling some pressure to change. You might be feeling some tension. Square aspects are aspects of things happen, but they often happen from the inside out, but not always. There's no hard and fast rule with this. Okay, so Mars is coming through this, see the green line there? 90-degree thing, which is a generational thing. It takes so long to go by that it influences an entire generation. But from time to time, slow-moving points jump into the act, quickly moving points, excuse me, jump into the act like Mars, and they come through and they make it more real. They make it more vivid and more exciting. And you may be feeling the effects of this now. You may have been feeling it for days. You may notice it tonight, tomorrow, into the next few days. The thing about the Uranus-Pluto square, thing one is it's been in the background of everything for quite a while. And the second thing is, thing two, next week on the 16th, the Uranus-Pluto square begins to separate. That is a shift. It is a change in the storyline of the Uranus-Pluto square. And so the aspect then goes into separating phase. It's going to be a long phase where we will see a whole other level of effects, a whole other flowering of effects out of the Uranus-Pluto square. Okay, so remember that's in the background. Second thing happening here is another meeting of a quick mover, little Mr. Mercury here, very quick, the quickest of the planets except for the moon, which is not a planet, it's a luminary. Mr. Mercury here in late Aquarius. See that thing, late Aquarius there? That little little wavy lines there? And it is moving much quicker than Mr. Nessus, which is a very slow moving point. Takes like well over a century to go around the sun. And there's going to be a conjunction. I'm not sure what day that is, in a few days. I would estimate Thursday, Friday, Saturday into the weekend. What is this about? It is obviously something. Mercury gets into the act as ideas, as thoughts, as conversations, as communications, as interaction with the world of concepts. That includes talking. It includes activities like I'm doing with you now. Nessus is a planet in the Centaur group, and planets in the Centaur group are about going deep into things. They're about invoking healing energy. Nessus in Pisces is about... How would I sum up Nessus in Pisces? Let's see that. I would say that Nessus in Pisces is about taking the results on the emotional, spiritual, and psychic level. Said another way, there's a story being told by Nessus in Pisces which is about depth. It's about going deep into your feelings, deep into your response to your environment. Rather than the typical thing that happens where there's a kind of a skim along the surface, Nessus goes deep. It's a new influence in Pisces. It's going to be in Pisces now for about 18 years. It just arrived in Pisces. You can tell it just arrived because its number is so low. See that? It's got a 1 next to it. That means it just got there. And it's going to be there for a long time. But what happens over the next few days is that Mercury is going to change signs, enter Pisces, and make a conjunction, an exact one-on-one alignment with Nessus. And therefore, we don't really need to think so much about what Nessus means as much as to observe what happens when Mercury goes by, because Mercury conjunct Nessus is going to tell us what Nessus means. The conversation is going to shift when Mercury enters Pisces. It is likely to become more intuitive. It's going to slow down. There's going to be a level of empathy that is necessary. And my take on the conjunction of Mercury to Nessus is it is going to be possible to talk about things it is not normally possible to talk about. So you can look at Mercury as a representative of what is the current topic at hand. And you can look at what Mercury makes aspects to, alignments of any kind, but in this case a conjunction, as infusing the topic of what Mercury is about. And you can see that the syntax of this is not that difficult. It's kind of easy to put together a sentence. You have Nessus doing one thing, and even if you don't know what Nessus means, what it's actually saying, we do know that Mercury is coming, and Mercury is going to unearth something about what Nessus means, or in this case, bring it up out of the water. And that's basically what I have to say, all in the spirit of helping you become your own astrologer. I believe that that means not necessarily being able to read all this stuff in the chart, but rather being able to take ideas from astrology, think about them your own way, put them to work for you, come to your own observations and conclusions. The way that I'm presenting this material, it is likely that it's filtering through your mind and you're having original thoughts. Those original thoughts are all the result of astrology. So when you encounter astrology in any form, whether you're flipping through a newspaper and read a daily horoscope, read something on Planet Waves, read something on another website, your original thoughts make a difference. I'm here at the Outdated Cafe, as you can see there, and they have all kinds of curiosities here. This is one of my favorite ones. This is it's a non-alcoholic hair tonic. So you can see that before using the hair tonic, the person is an alcoholic, and then they use the non-alcoholic hair tonic, and they're no longer an alcoholic. I mean, who would have thought it was that simple? And that is brought to you by Mercury conjunct Nessus in Pisces. I'll catch you in the next edition of PlanetWaves.tv. Thank you for your warm, loving, enthusiastic responses. It's awesome to be in this new kind of space that morphed two of my favorite hobbies, one of which is photography, the other one of which is audio. And I can't believe I didn't think that you could just put audio together with photography and like have this thing called video. I have never seen a TV set until today. All right, lots of love. Till next time, bye for now.